Hello, and welcome to this webinar on choosing the right book. So why do we read for pleasure? A love of books is one of the most impactful gifts we can give to children. There is a wealth of evidence to show that reading for pleasure is important not only for educational purposes, but a child's personal development, and that the earlier we start to foster a love of reading in children, the better. That's not to say it's ever too late to pick up a book. So if your child is just starting in reception or in year 6, these tips will still apply. Often the key to reading for pleasure is finding the right book at the right time. However, this can be a challenge, especially with so many books on offer. So here are some tips for choosing the right book and hopefully fostering a lifelong love of reading. My first tip is identifying your child's interests. Look for books with themes or characters that you know your child already loves. Whether it's football, dinosaurs, pirates or space travel, there's always a related book to spark a child's interest. These might be fiction, non-fiction or even comic books. It might also be helpful to ask about books that they've been reading in school. Then try choosing ones with similar themes or even by the same author. If you're not sure where to start, you could even look for books that tie in with their favourite TV shows. Tip 2 is assess your child's reading level. Selecting books that match your child's reading ability is really important. A book that is too challenging can be discouraging, while one that is too easy might not hold their interest. As a school, we can give guidance as to your child's current reading level. However, the 5-finger rule is helpful if visiting a library or a bookshop and the selection is wider. So, how it works is to get your child to turn to any page of the book and start reading. This is easier to gauge when the child is reading aloud. As they read, the child holds up a finger for every word they do not know. You may want to complete this method over a couple of pages. A challenging but suitable read is roughly 2 to 3 mistakes per page. This is based on what is considered the correct error rate. So for example, if you are hearing a child read, you might expect to hear an error about every minute. That's not to say children cannot enjoy easier reads from time to time. Equally, they might be able to access a trickier book if reading alongside an adult. The next tip is to explore a variety of genres. Encouraging your child to read different genres can open up new worlds and interests. From mysteries to adventures to non-fiction and poetry, each genre offers unique experiences and learning opportunities. You could even try and turn this into a fun challenge by creating a reading bingo card with different genres and, if you like, reward them for completing it. Libraries are also great places to access reading challenges and competitions. Most local libraries offer a summer reading challenge to keep children engaged over the summer holidays. The next tip is to involve children in selecting books. Children are more likely to read and enjoy books that they have chosen themselves. This not only gives them a sense of ownership, but also makes reading a more personal and engaging activity. Visiting libraries and bookshops are great places to let children browse a range of titles. There is also staff on hand to give guidance and recommendations. If you are still spoilt for choice, there are also websites such as Love Reading for Kids that give great recommendations. This particular website also lets you download sample chapters of books, and subscription is free. Another tip is to choose books with engaging illustrations and fonts. Books with illustrations, especially for younger children, can enhance the reading experience and aid comprehension. Picture books, graphic novels, and books with interactive elements like flaps and pop-ups can be particularly engaging. Also look out for books with rhymes and repeated patterns. Even older children can benefit from illustrated chapter books or graphic novels, which can make reading more visually stimulating. These can also be good for reluctant or struggling readers. Last but not least, reading together. Reading together isn't just for young children. Reading aloud to your child, even if they can read independently, offers numerous benefits. For example, it can help improve listening skills, introduce them to more complex stories or themes, and provide an opportunity to bond. When reading, don't forget to discuss the book together. Asking questions about the plot, characters, and their opinions on the story encourages critical thinking and helps develop their comprehension skills. Thank you for listening to this webinar. I hope you found it helpful. Happy reading.